Hi, I'm Hampton for ProLine Range Hoods, and today I'm going to show you how to install a VexAir In-Line blower with one of your ProLine Range Hoods, specifically with the Pro V series of range hoods. It's important to note that typically the larger the duct, the better the ventilation system will work. And also some blowers and CFM situations will actually require a minimum diameter of ventilation for the system to work properly. So you need to check to make sure you're using a sufficient diameter duct for your situation. Okay, now in our situation, we're going to be running 10-inch ducting the whole way, and the blower we're installing is a VexAir IL 1100. That's VX for VexAir, R for remote, IL for inline. So VexAir remote inline blower 1100 CFM. And that has two 12-inch openings for the exhaust and the intake. So we're going to need two 10-inch to 12-inch transitions. One right here, it's going to take the 12-inch down to the 10-inch for the ductwork, and then one on this side that's going to take the 12-inch down to the 10-inch for the ductwork. So here's what should come with your VexAir inline blower. One 1100 CFM blower, the mounting bracket which has 3 individual pieces, and a packet of hardware with 4 screws, 4 nuts and bolts. Here are the tools and supplies you're going to need. You're going to need a drill or a screwdriver. You're going to need 4 grabber screws. You're going to need 12 self-tapping screws that will go through metal. You're going to need a roll of aluminum foil duct tape. And then you're going to need any transitions you might need. In our case, we're going to need 2 12-inch to 10-inch duct transitions. Okay, now the first step in your installation is you need to find an area where you're going to want to run your duct line that has enough room for your blower and has enough support to support the weight of your blower. Now this isn't a real attic, obviously, but this is going to, we'll just pretend that this is an attic, and this is going to be like a wall in the attic. I know where the rafters are that are going to support the weight. So I know I can screw my blower into there and that'll support the weight of it. So you're just going to need to find a place along your ventilation line that has something that you know will support the weight of your blower. Okay, and so in this situation, we're pretending like the range hood is on that end of the ventilation and the exterior, the outside vent is going to be that way. So we're going to want to make sure the airflow is going that way. The second step is to build the bracket support system and attach it to the blower. The bracket support system has 3 metal pieces. Use the 4 nuts and bolts to assemble the pieces like this. Using the 4 screws provided and the already existing screw holes in the side of the blower, attach the bracket to the blower system. So when it's all done, your blower and bracket should look like this. The third step in your installation is actually to attach the blower to the support in your ceiling. Now you want to make sure it's facing the right direction. There's a decal on the blowers. I don't know if you can see it, but it has a little arrow that points the direction of the airflow. Also, if you look at the blower itself from a side profile, it kind of looks like an arrow pointing that way because this is wider and tapers. So if you can see, it kind of looks like an arrow pointing that way. Now we want the airflow to be going that way because that's outside and the kitchen and range hood are down that direction. So we're going to want to mount the blower right here in the line of the ventilation. So in order to mount it, take your 4 grabber screws. You have your 4 holes in the bracket. You're simply going to want to screw them in, mount it like that. Okay, so I put my 4 screws in, 2 there and 2 there. There's a stud right behind these screws and a stud right behind that, so I know that it's going to support the weight of the blower for as long as the house lasts. The fourth step is to attach any transitions you might need. We do need them because our ventilation is 10 inches and our blower has 12-inch outlets. So I have 2 10-inch to 12-inch transitions. I find personally that it's easier to attach the transitions to the blower first and then to the ductwork. You might find that it's easier the other way. So I'm going to go ahead and attach both transitions to the blower first. What you want to do is you want to put those in place. You use 3 of your self-tapping screws on each side of each transition, and then use the aluminum foil tape to seal the transition. So first going to attach to the blower. Okay, so I have my 3 self-tapping screws in each side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to seal it with the aluminum foil tape, and I just want to wrap around so it gets a good seal. All right, now with the aluminum tape, you might want to go around a couple times. Make sure you have a good seal so that no air is escaping. The 6th step is to attach the ends of the ventilation onto the transitions. It's much the same way you did put the transitions onto the blower. You slip the ventilation over them, 3 self-tapping screws in each one, and then seal it with the aluminum foil tape, just like we did the last one. Okay, I have the 3 self-tapping screws in each side. Now it's time for the aluminum tape to seal it. And you're going to want to probably go around twice on each one, just to make sure you got a good seal so no air escapes. Okay, so that'll seal it. Now the final step of the installation is simply to get power to the blower. Now I can't show you exactly how to do this because this is going to depend on where you live. Every geographical location has its own code on electricity. So what you're trying to accomplish is you're trying to run this power from the blower down the line and then into the back of the range hood. There's some actual plugs in the back of the range hood where the blower plugs directly into it. But like I said, depending on your local code, there's certain things you have to do. So it's your responsibility to check with your local authority or maybe talk to an electrician in your area and find out what steps you need to do to make sure that you're running power to this safely and so that it's in compliance with your local code. All right, so that's how you install the VexAir In-Line blower. If you have any questions, leave a comment on this video, send us a message, or feel free to give us a call. Thanks, have a good one.